Franciscan University wearing their white strip now with the green socks. The Barons, as they are known, about to line up for the national anthem. And we have the University of North Florida. They're in their navy kind of blue strip with white socks. And we should be underway here very soon, ladies and gentlemen.
Got that right? Yeah, I've got it. Yeah.
Actually, wait, let's see that again. Sorry, let's see it once more.
Oh, I can see this. Use that, let's see some more. Yeah. And also, as you do, just mark them off with the pen.
Yeah, I've got it here.
Okay, Bobby.
Start talk away, huh? And here we are. Teams are ready to line up for the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and kindly remove your caps for the national anthem of the United States of America.
And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, a very emotional national anthem. And welcome to Infinity Park in Rugby Town, USA. We're in Glendale, Colorado for this third and fourth NSCRO playoff match. And we have the Franciscan Deadbirds, University of Franciscan. They're in white, and they'll be playing from left to right on your screen. And we have the University of North Florida. They'll be in their navy strip with white socks. They'll be on the right-hand side. And both teams lost out yesterday in the semi-finals. It was Salva Regina that beat Franciscan 29-20 in a cliffhanger match. And then Cal Maritime University came back with a 14-point score at the end to beat UNF 31-26 in an absolute cliffhanger. So expect a really good lineup here as the Barons look to kick off for this first half. NSCRO wants to thank the city of Glendale, Colorado and USA Rugby for their support into making today's live streaming possible.
They went down 29 points to 20. In the other semi-final,
those of you just tuning in and want to know what NSCRO is, well, it was created by Chip Orsowich and Steve Cohen in 2007. And that was the success of the D3 Collegiate Championship that they held there. Now, several years later, NSCRO has 151 men's collegiate rugby teams eligible for playoffs. And this number is with a few years back. So it's a fantastic organization, NSCRO, giving small colleges a chance to compete on a big stage. And we're underway. First kickoff is nice and deep. No one takes it. The ball sits up there, and North Florida will set up a ruck in their 22-meter area. Nicely controlled there. That's the second phase. And straight away a penalty. Could not be, perhaps not rolling away here. Coming in from the side. And Deadbirds relieve some pressure here in the opening minutes. It's going to be their fly off Chase Horowitz. Nice spiral kick for touch, and that'll take things up to the halfway line in this third and fourth playoff match. Yesterday, North Florida were very impressive in their forward pack. They dominated there until the late match against Cal Maritime. And look for some of their forwards hanging off the line out here inside Horowitz. And so players taking their time here. Lots of fans came out here to support these teams yesterday, and they're back here today. It's a good line-out win. As I said, ball comes to the big forwards as they start rumbling up. Good offload and the tackle there. That was David Murphy with a good play, and open side flanker, Alex Noble. The fly comes out into the center pairing. Little dummy switch. Oh, and that's a great inside line there from the fullback, Cade Pollock. He's the danger man of this team. Just brought short on the 22. Picked up by his left wing there, David Aguilar. And the forwards still have the ball rumbling up. The halfback has it now. He spots a little opening. Puts his head down. The Barons all on defense here. And the ball comes out again. Horowitz looks for his center. Oh, big solid defense there up the middle. And it's number 8, Eichner, who sets up that ruck. And the Barons have turned this ball over. They could go wide here. They have a few numbers. Oh, and that's beautiful hands. And great following up from the fly half. That's Mike Brazy. He had a storming game yesterday. And he's involved right from the start. Dan Kramer, the blindside flanker, working hard there. And the Barons have maintained this possession. Out of their 22 they go, nearing the halfway line now. Oh, it's a difficult ball for Brazy to pick up. He just hacks it ahead. But there's no advantage, so we'll go back to the knock-on. Exciting opening play there. We saw the fullback, Cade Pollard. He's a danger man, of course, in this team. He's coached by Rich Alliger. And this is his last year with UNF. He's been here for several seasons. They had a great year with him about 3 years back. They struggled the last 2 years, but here they are again in this third and fourth playoff. So it'll be an opportunity here for the scrum off, Ben Wadding. Waddington was on the bench yesterday, but here he starts right now. And this is a good attacking platform. They have a small blind side if they take it. Otherwise, all the players are stacked to the left. Horowitz has the ball now. Nice little switch with his inside center, Taylor Alley. But it's ferocious defense from the Barons. They may have almost turned this over. But coming through, interfering with the ball there, looks to be the halfback, Matt Cohen, who's nugged a little scrum off from yesterday. He's the local boy from Denver, and he's the Barons number 9. He got penalized there, and play moves up to the 22-meter area. UNF on the attack now. It'll be interesting to see if they're going to drive this in. About 22 meters out, they have a nice forward pack, and they go for a short line out, I see. They've got a few players lined on the right-hand side of their fly half. Trace Horowitz, he'll be looking for them to set things up. Not often you see such a few amount of numbers in the line out, even less than 7s. Oh, it's a one-man lift. A little skew throw, unfortunately.
Line out wasn't straight, has to go down the middle of the 2 lines of players. You can't favour your own side.
Very sneaky idea there from
So that's not straight.
the Dead Birds, but that gives the Barons the ball. They're inside their 22 here, and they'll probably look for Brazy to find touch.
Which is clearly what they're selected to do. They will have to be put in.
Putting it in for Franciscan is
So as I said, the Franciscan University, the semi-finals yesterday, they went down 29-20, but it was a very spirited performance by that side. They scored a couple late tries to make things very interesting, keep Salva Regina on their toes. And Brazy goes the short side. They're full of running here. They still have possession. They set the ball up very close to that touchline, and in fact, they will go out. So North Florida have the ball. Think of a quick one, but they decide to settle things. So it'd be very interesting to see what the line-out formation looks like now. They tried a one-man lift a little earlier, and let's see what they do now.
throwing in for North Florida on the line out.
Now they have 4 people back in the line-out. Probably a more secure ball. And we got a short line out here. About 5 minutes gone and 0-0. And UNF have the ball here as they take it up. Oh, it's their big lock forward, number 4. Eric Schniff takes it in. Horowitz has the ball. Nice wide ball for his centre. Oh, and there it again. And there's that fullback. Beautiful hands to the left wing. David Aguilar just caught about 10 metres out. Barons with a cover defence. It's a long hop pass here to David Murphy. Murph sets it up. They must go wide here. They've got a few numbers. The Barons are trailing back on defence. Ball comes out. Oh, the big number 3. They call him the meatball. Steams it up there. Stephen Hill. And ball unplayable, comes back. There's a good opportunity for me to introduce a friendly face over here from South Africa. Former Springbok legend Andre Snyman played centre and wing for the Springboks for many years. Andre, you're now living in Glendale, Colorado. Welcome to the commentary team.
Thanks, Pocky. It's awesome to be here, and it's also great to watch the games and those students playing and actually see what the depth of the rugby in America is, which is absolutely great.
Yeah, you've done great things with the back line here in Glendale, and you've worked with youth as well. How's that going?
No, great. I mean, like I said, you know, there's a lot of work to be done still. I mean, we're focusing on the basic skills at the moment, catching and passing, and absolutely the guys are responding to it.
Well, it's fantastic to have you here, and always nice to stand next to a Springbok legend. Been working out in the gym, I must say, so I can take you on out a little bit later. Okay, and there we go. And there's a scrum here still to the Deadbirds. They're 5 metres out here. They got options left and right. What do you think they could make of this, Andre?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think they've got a good pack of forwards. You know, if they work it clever, you know, they go to the right, you know. See, they're stacking their back line to the right now, so they maybe pull the defence over, and maybe they're going to go to the left, you know, because they're stacking the right. So let's look, see the option is on the left.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. There's lots of space here to the left-hand side. So we made look for number 8, Joe Eichner. Yes, you're absolutely right. Oh, and he just knocks that ball on, but the idea was there. And the Browns come away with it here as they streak down the touchline. It's a bit isolated. Seems to be a high tackle there. But referee says play on. Barons have secured that ball. They set up a ruck here outside the 22-metre area. And they're full of running. Brazy's directing his forward pack. And take it in there from number 3, Justin Luther. Oh, the ball pops out. Oh, it's a little wild pass, but the ball's back to Brazy at fly half. Gives a nice wide pass. Oh, and it's a solid defensive tackle there. He lets it go nicely, and ball comes back to the Barons' way. They're under pressure here. The forwards they're moving backwards. Ferocious defense coming here from UNF. They may have turned this ball over, and they have. A slight knock on. UNF have the ball there. So this is a good opportunity here to let the viewers know. This June, come watch the top 16 rugby teams in the country battle it out at the 2012 USA Sevens Collegiate Rugby Championship at PPL Park in Philadelphia. For tickets and more information, go to www.usa7scrc.com. And I'll tell you what, Andre, that Sevens, which is aired on NBC, is a fantastic growth tool for the US rugby players.
Oh, absolutely. And I was seeing that it's also a part of the Olympics in 2016. You know, I think that's the way we should go in sport. You know, it's small, it's fast, it's furious, but it's a lot of action. You know, and absolutely. And you see the best players, the skill level will come out of sevens, and you know, and hopefully it will transfer to 15s.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. And of course, the CRC Sevens, those are the top 16 universities in the country competing it out. As we return to the action here, to scrum for UNF. And Eichner here, turning the ball comes out for the halfback. They go blind. Lots of space here as he streaks down the middle. Great little play there from the halfback. Ben Wannington with the precious meters he gets for his team. UNF have advantage here as they look for their big forwards to rumble it up. Oh, that's a great carry. And the blind side is on here. Still going open side. Stephen Hill with the ball. Settles up. Oh, they're a few meters out. It's a big drive by the number 5. It could be over. It is a try. Try awarded. Fantastic work there. And that was locked. David Murphy. Fantastic play from the big man.
Yeah, absolutely great. And yeah, they used their forwards very well. You know, they just kept it on the front foot. The forwards was rumbling forward, and the scrum half was controlling the big forwards well. I think the defense was a bit lacking. They were a bit too high. They should rather go lower, get the legs together. Then obviously they can't run when their legs are together.
That's absolutely right. And so they take a 5-point lead here in this third and fourth player for the Yenskro division. And it's the University of North Florida that strike first. 5-0 over Franciscan. And the conversion to come from Trace Horowitz. As he lines up this kick, Enschko wants to thank everyone for listening today for today's live streaming. We know that in many locations there's only one person watching on one internet connection. So please add a note to the social stream at www.ustream.tv/USA Rugby, letting us know how many people are watching at your location. This will help Enschko to better promote future streaming of our matches. And as that conversion sailed wide, it's still 5-0 for UNF. And the Barons haven't had much ball. They've all been trapped in their 22, eh, Andre?
Yeah, absolutely. They had an opportunity when they turned the ball over in their 22 to just maybe kick it out of the 22 and gain field position. Unfortunately, the winger decided to run it out, and he got tackled, and that caused the turnover once again to NFU, and that's where it all started. They had a turnover, and they scored the try.
And here we resume. It's still a deep kickoff, and fantastic ball carry there from the try scorer, David Murphy, as he takes it up well over the 22 for UNF. And their forwards will look to rumble all day. That's what they love doing. That's the 8th man, Joe Eichner. Horowitz has the ball, a little fake. Goes back up the middle to his forwards. Could be held up in the tackle here. Hits the deck. Obviously, number 8 has to roll away. He looks to be stuck there. And this could be a turnover. Barron's ball. Brazy has the ball. Here it goes. Oh, beautiful flow to centre. And unfortunately loses the ball on the tackle. And just not able to control that ball as the centre went in there. What advice do you have for centres, future American centres coming through the game? Obviously, you played most of your career there.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you look at the running lines, that was a great running line. You know, unfortunately, he just forced the pass. I mean, we as coaches, we normally talk about the 50-50 passes. You know, at the end of the day, those are the game breakers. You know, don't give the 50-50 pass. Rather hold on to it, consolidate, and, you know, and regroup and start again.
And that's well said there for our former Springbok international, Andre Snyman, who's now at Glendale RFC, helping their backline and taking head coach of the Sevens this summer. He did it last year as well, and expect exciting things to come out of this program. That's a solid scrum, and that's wheeled through the 90 there. Barron's doing superb work there, and that's a bit of an upset. We thought the UNF forwards were going to dominate them today. And I'll tell you what, this Franciscan University, Mark Hanrahan has done wonders with his program. He started 4 years ago here. He had 9 rookies on that team, and now those gentlemen are seniors, and they're obviously hoping for a national title. If they can't get that, which they didn't yesterday, 3rd place they would love to take. As they have a scrum here, they've got lots of options here. They've got a blind side, and then they've got Brazy in his backline coming left. And here they go blind. Conahan has it to Brazy, chips it over the top. Couple men chasing. No one's going to take that on the full. Ball bounced it up nicely. It's scooped up by number 14, but knocked on twice. So double knock on, no advantage for the Barons as they had to scrum 5 meters out. And again, a couple of options they have to take here, Andre.
Absolutely. They had the opportunity from the scrum to go immediately to the right because the space was there, but I think there was a bit of a hesitation between the 9 and the 10 in terms of communication and the passing of the ball. If they were just quicker to make the decision, I definitely think they would have scored.
And here we go. Barons have another opportunity here as they pack down. Have a small blind side. We'll see what happens here. We'll be looking for perhaps number 8, Andrew Kay. Otherwise, Brazy and the fly-off will want the ball. Oh, it looks like a turnover there. Oh, Connor has it. Could have scored. He may have knocked us on. Oh, yes. He just knocked it on. Live wire scrum off Matt Conahan. Scored in yesterday's semi-final and just slipped as he tried to ground that ball. Very close.
Unfortunately, that shows you what pressure does, you know. And obviously, the Barons put a lot of pressure on their scrum. The ball popped, the bum fumbles. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to gather the ball to score his try.
And here we go. And as we said, UNF under pressure on their line after taking a 5-zip lead. We have about 15 minutes played. And this 3rd and 4th Enschko playoff match. University of North Florida lead, but now they're under pressure. Barons have a good scrum, and they could have wheeled this through the 90. And it looks like an early wheel. So he's given a penalty, perhaps the forward pack, perhaps going just a little bit too early.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's just we call it in the coaches just an unforced error, you know, forcing the wheel, and obviously you're going to get penalised for it. If they just kept it straight, they would have probably had more success.
Yeah, been very impressed with their scrum so far as this touch finder here by Horowitz takes play just short of the halfway line. And the Deadbirds, they had a fantastic semi-final yesterday. Well, I mean, they would have hoped to obviously win it. They were up 26-10 at a point, so they put in some beautiful tries through their backs and a couple through their forwards against Cal Maritime, and then just let it slip at the end. I don't know if you were here around to see that game.
No, unfortunately I wasn't. I mean, we had our game as well, so we had to prepare for our game and get the boys ready. So, but I mean, just looking at the way they play now, I can only imagine that they played well yesterday because they were nice and fresh. So, yeah, it's exciting times.
And you mentioned that freshness, and it's tough having 2 games in 2 days, quick turnaround, and so a couple starters are either injured or nursing some sort of bumps or bruises, as UNIF have the good possession here. Nice little switch with their centre. He was also on fire yesterday. And that's outside centre, Roger Amadon with a long hair. Here it comes out to lock. Eric Schniff throws a little bit of a wayward ball, bounces up, and that's a knock-on. It could be advantage here for the Barons team, but a bit of a knock-on there from the big prop, Dennis Yazadar. He's a solid unit, and I tell you what, you wouldn't want to tackle him when he gets the ball.
No, absolutely, and it's great to see these youngsters at that size and the speed. You know, it's encouraging to see what comes through the ranks. I just hope they carry on playing when they finish university. That's
the key, starting them younger. There's a lot of youth development coming through, which is great to see. Got the Revi company helping with a lot of youth rugby, and of course USA Rugby with Rookie Rugby and Play Rugby USA, all doing wonderful things here in America. So we resume back in the action. We're on the halfway line. We have a scrum, the Barons ball. They're down by 5 points. And Brazy wants the ball. Oh, it looks to perhaps a little knock-on. Went down, the referee says. No, coming back for the knock-on. Perhaps just looked to see what his options were there. A couple of hard lines from his centres, but just putting that ball down. We have a loud crowd who came out to watch. It's a beautiful day here in Glendale, Colorado. Infinity Park is a marvelous stadium. We've seen a lot of good matches yesterday. Today we obviously got the final coming up at 1 o'clock, and that's going to be Cal Maritime Academy against Salve Regina. And that should be a mouth-watering clash at 1 p.m. So centre field here, again, quite a few options for UNF.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like they've stacked the field on both sides. It looks like they're going to go to the right with an 8, with an 8-9, maybe a pick and go. So it's obviously straight from 9 to 10 with a little kick to the right, and let's see how good the chase is.
And the counter kick looks to be a nice big one. UNF coming back, they let it bounce. Oh, almost a hospital tackle there. He had it up high. The crowd now getting behind the Barons. UNF under all sorts of pressure as the forwards start flying in. And they've still managed to secure possession. Oh, they've fumbled this on. This is a great opportunity. Conahan is there to pick it up. On his outside centre. Let's space here if they can move it. Oh, great little dummy by number 14. The robbing streaks through. He could score. Alex Moss. Go, you good thing. Try time. Barons are right back in this. 5-all.
Absolutely. It just shows you what pressure does. They put pressure on NFU all the way after the kicked. You know, they had a good rumble. You know, there was handling errors, and they capitalized on the handling errors, and they applied some more pressure. And the winger had a great little individual try with a sidestep and a handoff, and he's over for his try.
Because of the confusion in the UNF backs, that opened up that gap, which Franciscan exploited very well. Good try.
And that was actually Tony Gayed on the right wing there who got that. It was a fantastic play by the man. He is, as Andre said, he eluded 2 or 3 tackles, arched his back as he went through for a fantastic try for the Barons. So that's pretty exciting now. We have almost 20 minutes played and 5-all, conversion to come. This game is set for a cliffhanger. Oh, and that's an excellent conversion from Tommy Allen, the former all-conference soccer player, has the skills, and that puts his team ahead, 7-5, 20 minutes played. And Enschro wants to thank you for listening to today's live stream. We know that in many locations there are more than one person watching on one internet connection. Please add a note to the social stream at www.ustream.tv/USA Rugby, letting us know how many people are watching at your location. This will help Enschro to better promote future streaming of our matches. And so UNF will be looking to get back in there with a nice high kickoff They're down 7-5 all of a sudden after that excellent try by the Barons. Halfway in this first half. Barons have the ball now in their 22-meter area. As their forwards drum it up, take it up a few meters. David Cup, the captain, involved there. Connor hands the ball to Brazy. Brazy puts it to the boot, down the middle. But the fullback is there, Cade Pollard. He looks to run and then puts it to the boot. And now to counter-attack, there's no one back there. Pollard's on the ground lying hurt. He's out of the play. So it's covering here from the right wing. Number 14, Alex Moss. And he puts that ball straight into touch. Pollard's not looking good. He's on the ground holding his ribs. He could be winded. I didn't see that off the ball, but all of a sudden the Barons are now on the attack.
Yeah, absolutely. Their tails are in the air, after that try. After that try, they got their confidence up back in, and now all of a sudden we've got a game at our hands. And unfortunately, there's a few injuries all of a sudden. Hopefully, the injury is not too bad, but it looks like he's fine. He's walking back to his position, so he's a key factor in the team. Let's hope it's not too bad.
Yeah, he's holding his ribs there, so he may play on for a bit. And as the Barons take this ball, and they maul this over the 22-meter area. Barons really taking it now to UNF. So the ball comes to Brazy. He's got options left and right. Little switch with his centre. Oh, it's a nice line. A little bit of a high tackle there. Sets the ball up inside the 22-meter area now. David Cup again, the captain, involved for the Barons there as he takes it the blind side. And here comes the big number 8. Andrew Kay. Solid contact on him. Ball comes to Brazy. He puts a little chip over as a planned move. I saw him doing training. Could have gone too far. Oh, Pollard with a kick, the soccer skills into touch. Oh, actually, no, it could have been his right wing. Oh, my goodness, that was almost a try there. Alex Moss covering nicely there. What do you think of the kick through there, Andre?
I don't think that was the right option. There was space at the back, but I think if they just had to do the normal hands, draw the man and pass it, they would have had a little bit more success. Fortunately, obviously, the ball bounced and he kicked it out, so it's their line out. Let's see what happens.
And here we go, back to the line out. The Barons up 7-5 with a good opportunity here if they can win the line out. No, it's been stolen from UNF. The ball may have come back to their side again. We'll see who has it. And off his feet there, unfortunately, and it looks to be number 8, Andrew Kay, penalised there, so a little relieving pressure for UNF. And while they kick this ball for touch, the University of North Florida Rugby Club wants to thank Ray Bunch, UNF Club Sports Coordinator, for his invaluable support in making their trip to the National Championship event possible. So thanks so much, Ray Bunch. Fantastic effort. Your university did them proudly yesterday, had a fantastic game. Unfortunately, they just lost by 1 try, but here they are, 7-5 down, looking to put some more points on the board. So line-out takes place in the halfway. UNF will have possession here. They're trying to string some praises together and perhaps bring Cade Pollard. He's been a danger man in their back line at fullback. Oh, but it looks like a line-out steal here for the Barons as they have this ball. Ball comes out a bit wildly. Brazy's under all sorts of pressure. Hands off the first man. Gives it to his centre. A little fake and go. Oh, beautiful ball. Great interplay by the centres. And they find Tony Gade. Oh, he's just tackled as he loses that ball forward. But there was excellent little interplay there from Tim Nob, actually Paul Lewis in the centre, and Isaac Archibald, a real speedster. Those centres combining nicely.
Yeah, that was absolutely a great move. Under a lot of pressure, they managed to get the ball through the hands to the centre. Unfortunately, the centre had a great run, but just a normal 2-on-1, he really butchered it by just trying to overcompensate. He should have just let it go, normal hands, and we would have had a foot race to the corner.
Yeah, these playoff games are always tricky, players trying to force things, but exciting play there. And as we mentioned, that youngster, Isaac Archibald, he's a rookie player only, and he's got alarming speed. So the scrum just collapsed there. Players not looking good on the ground. Hopefully they get up safely. And UNF, that does look like the meatball gets up. He's okay. He's not scared. And UNF have this ball here just outside their 22, so they're under a bit more pressure here. 25 minutes almost gone in this game, and Francisco Barons in white lead 7-5 against the University of North Florida, and they're in the blue strip with the white socks. Oh, and it's a long-on penalty here. Collapsing again, not keeping their feet. Brazy wants to take it quickly, but there are players on the ground. Meatball looks to be hurt, actually hurt. So while they take a quick break here, We're going to just let you know again this June, come watch the top 16 college rugby teams in the country battle it out at the 2012 USA Collegiate Rugby Championship at PPL Park in Philadelphia. For tickets and more information, go to www.usa7scrc.com. And as we mentioned, that's going to be a fantastic event that's aired on NBC and Universal Sports Network. And take a break here. It's a meatball looking down, and perhaps he's ordering early lunch.
Absolutely. It's unfortunate, if a front row goes down in a scrum, you never know whether it's a neck injury or because, there's so much pressure behind the front row, and a lot of impact at the scrum. So it's a very good concern for when the front rows go down for injuries and stuff, but it's a great gesture and sportsmanship from the other team to take a knee when he's down, and you don't often see that, which is great sportsmanship. Looks like Meatball is in a bit of pain, but he's cringing his teeth, and hopefully he'll get up.
And Andre will just turn here as Pat Guthrie, our cameraman, takes us. So first off, it's been a 7-5. It's a pretty close game, and both forwards kind of feeling each other out.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a well-balanced team game at the moment. Both packs are great forwards, a mobile pack of forwards. And the backline, they both have opportunities to run. Unfortunately, like we said, it's a semi-final or a final for third and fourth playoff.
That's right.
So the pressure is there, and unfortunately, it's the unforeseen errors. It's unforced errors, and it's just the team with a lot of patience. You just got to keep the ball, control the ball, have the patience, and make your tackles, and you'll win the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And then after this game, we have a cracking final: Salva Regina against Cal Maritime, and Cal Maritime was impressive yesterday. I don't know if you saw them, but their forward pack was great, and they have a great backline as well. That should be a great, awesome clash as well.
Absolutely, and it's always nice to see a team that's well balanced. If they've got a good pack of forwards and a great backline, it's nice to see the two combine together, and play a bit of rugby.
And as we see here, the meatball does leave the field in the end, and we hope he's okay. UNF front row player going down in that scrum, and so their coach Rich Halliger will going to look for another replacement here as we're trying to find a number. We'll see who he is. Meatball's had a good tournament this weekend, obviously, and a great season. We have number 16 coming on here, so that's Cody Neuweiler, and so he's on the park.
Now onto the pitch for UNF, number 16, Cody Neuweiler.
And we set a penalty to the Barons, so it's the former soccer player, Tommy Allen here. Similar place where he kicked the conversion successfully earlier, and this will be 3 points if this sails over. Oh, and this ball goes very low. As Andre pointed out, he places that ball very flat when he kicks it, and that perhaps could be one of the reasons why it kept low, as UNF relieve pressure here for themselves, and the ball takes place. And that's a quick line-out throw, but referee says line-out's already formed. So Tommy Smith, the former soccer player, there's a lot of ex-wrestlers, football players, and other sports players coming in here, and that's quite good to see, isn't it?
Absolutely. Like I say, it's great to see if a student is a great athlete, to try his hand at other different sports, which is absolutely great, and hopefully the rugby bug will bite them and they'll keep on playing.
And you're so right, the rugby bug it is, and it will return to the action as North Florida secure that line out, and they're down 7-5 against the Barons. The Redbirds look to move it wide here. Lots of pressure on the center, but he comes back quite nicely there. That's Taylor Alley. But looks like the Barons could have got over this ball, and the referee's going to have a word. A lot of players lying over Taylor Alley there, stopping the ball coming out. And Brazy, the captain, comes up. Referee has a word with them, and this could probably be a warning. Still early stages in the game, 26 minutes gone.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the ref just wants to put his foot down and show the players that this is the way I'm going to ref the game. Don't challenge me, and it's great to see that, and he's in control of the game.
And so we got the fly half Chase Horowitz, who will kick to touch. And remember, off a penalty, you can kick directly into touch, which is the outlines of the field. And he puts a nice ball out there, and they'll get the line out. And just inside the 10-meter area attacking. And I think, the last kind of 14 minutes, North Florida would like to put something together and probably get a few more tries.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been on the back foot for the last few minutes in their own half. They had to defend the whole time. Let's hope they can get the ball on the front foot now and create something.
Now, it should be their line out, absolutely, because as we said, it was a penalty. And cheeky play there from the Barons trying to get the line out, but UNF have it here. They've got a few forwards hanging out inside in their back line. And that's tapped down. Always dangerous ball when it gets tapped down. Puts the team under all sorts of pressure.
Yeah, I think it's number 9's worst nightmare is if the ball gets tapped down, because you've got all these big forwards just rushing through the line to try and to tackle you. So, and scrum halves are normally the smallest guys on the team, so it's his worst nightmare when that happens.
And you're absolutely right there. And a little scrum off Ben Waddington was not expecting that ball. And unfortunately, lineup's not working today for UNF. So they've had a couple of changes in their lineup, and that could be one of the reasons. And looks like a fake throw in there, so you can't dummy your throw in, and it's a short arm penalty. This means you can't kick it directly into touch unless you're inside your 22. And it's a tap ball. Here we go, and the Barons take it up, but the ball didn't leave his feet. So when you tap the ball, you can either keep it in your hands, tap it has to leave your hands, or put it on the ground and tap it forward. So it must be propelled by your boot, and here we see he puts it on the ground as we recommended. You'll see him tap the ball. It goes forward or backwards, which is fine. And the Barons have the ball now. And there's number 3 rumbles it up, and that's Justin Luther, the prop. Ball comes out to Brazy here. Paul Lewis calling for the ball. Oh, it's almost intercepted there, but knocked on in the process, but double knock. Lost the ball forward first. And so the first knock on is what you play. No advantage obviously gained because UNF knocked it on. Center of scrum field again, and perhaps Pollard, the fullback, could be introduced here into the play.
Oh, absolutely. He's stepping up to the plate. You know, he's moving to the right, setting himself up for maybe a 8-9, 15 to the right, which is normally always a dangerous move. It's difficult to defend if you've got some speedsters on your team. So I hope they do that, because there is some space on the right. Unfortunately, the Barons has brought their fullback over, so they've closed that option down. But if they're still clever, they can still... oh, it's a tight head.
And tight is right. The Barons secure the ball now. Brazier Fluff has the ball, and he has a go. He's got numbers with them. There's space here. Just flung there. He lost the ball on the tackle, unfortunately. Looks like the fullback, Tommy Allen. The slider frame, small player. Just lost the ball forward there. And it was looking good for the Barons there as they had a tight head off for the scrum. So it's going to be a scrum feed there. The ball was forward. Yep, knock on. So UNF have the ball now. And they crowd. The Barons come alive there in the background. Beautiful day, as we said, here in Glendale, Colorado, Infinity Park, and a marvelous stadium. And it's Rugby Town, USA, bringing you this 3rd and 4th Ensco playoff match between Franciscan Barons in white and University of North Florida in dark navy blue with the white socks. And they're down 7-5. We're about 10 minutes to go in this clash. It's been a fierce competition. As the pack scrums down. They had an issue a little earlier as the UNF were penalised for collapsing. Their scrums under all sorts of pressure as they go backwards. Oh, and Conahan, the live wire scrum from the Barons, may have turned that ball over. Beautiful little play from the Nagadi scrum half. Barons have the ball now in attack on the 22-metre line as they crash it up. Dan Kramer, the blindside flank, actively involved there. And the captain now rumbles it up. Dave Cup. Ball comes to Brazy. He's got his centre. Oh, and he slips through the tackle but does get his ankle tapped. And that was Paul Lewis there, almost a half break. But they look to have lost this ball in the contact. We'll see who ends up with it. And it is turned over in the tackle there. UNF have possession. The referee wants to have another word. Oh, and looks like he's reaching for the card here. Oh, that could be very costly, Andre.
Absolutely, that's just silly play. You know, they're on the front foot, they're in control of the ball, they're in their 22, they're defending, they've got 10 yards to go, and then they can score a try, and you get a silly penalty like that with a yellow card. That's just silly rugby. And once again, like I said, I wish I could see a little bit more patience, a little bit more control from both teams. If we come to the areas where they can score points, you know, if they can just settle things down and have more patience, more control, it's almost like they're forcing a situation, and unfortunately they get penalties for that.
And it was the captain, David Cup, number 5, who got sent off. So he'll spend 10 minutes in the bin and won't take part in the rest of this first half. As the Barons have the ball now still. They're down to 14 men, but they're still playing. UNF under all sorts of pressure in their 22-metre area. And the Barons come through. Here we go. And they have maintained possession. Oh, it's ripped away there from the centre. UNF have possession right now. It's back and forth stuff, this. UNF, though, they're stuck in their 22. Oh, and the fly may have dropped the ball. Horowitz. Oh, and that's a costly error. As you said, perhaps some aimless kicking going on here.
Absolutely, but that just shows you what happens when you put pressure on. Once again, it was turnover ball this way, turnover ball that way. and North Florida unfortunately crumbled under the pressure, and the fly-off knocked the ball on. But because they wanted to kick out of their 22 because they're under pressure, and that's what happens. You make errors when you're under pressure.
And just a reminder, Ensko wants to thank you for listening to today's live streaming. We know that in many locations there are more than one person watching on one internet connection. Please add a note to the social stream at www.ustream.tv/USA Rugby, letting us know how many people are watching at your location. This will help Ensko to better future promote the streaming of our matches. As the Barons have the ball here in the 22, and they go blind to their centre, Lewis. He crashes it up. He's been solid all day. Oh, nice little pop to Conahan. Ball comes out to the try scorer. Go ahead with a looper. Brazy will score in the corner. Giddy up, you good thing. Mike Brazy, the fly half, scores a fantastic try for his team, putting them up with 14 men. They're up 12-0.
Absolutely great play by the right winger, number 14. He drew 3 guys onto him, and the number 10, Brazy, went for the loop run around, and number 14 managed to get the ball away from the 3 defenders, and there was absolutely no defenders in the corner, and he just jogged around the corner to score his try. Absolutely beautiful.
And that's right, the winger Tony Gade was fantastic in that build-up as he had a pop-off there to Mike Brazy, the fly-off. Brazy played centre yesterday, and now he's filling in at number 10, a real talented player. And the number 9, Matt Conahan, was live wire involved there too. He's a local boy from Denver, so I'm sure he's got some family and friends that came out to watch him here. And that was a fantastic try. So Franciscan now 12-5 up, despite having a man in the bin. Normally that costs you a few points.
Yeah, absolutely. Statistics have shown that whenever you have a man in the bin, you know, the average points scored against you will be about 9 points that they'll score against you because you're a man down. But in this case, it looks like it's the opposite, which is absolutely great character from the Franciscan team for keeping character, keeping the ball possession, and that's the patience that I was talking about. Keep the ball, the errors will come and the gaps will open and you will score your tries.
And so that's successful conversion from Tommy Allen. It's an interesting kicking style, but it worked there, and he's had 2 conversions. So they're 2 converted tries, 14 points for Franciscan, and they're in the white. And the University of North Florida will be kicking back off. We have about 5 minutes left in this first half in this Ensko 3rd and 4th playoff match in Glendale, Colorado. Oh, and it's a beautiful leap in the air there from UNF's forward pack as they go to the blind side with number 7, and that's Alex Erbel. But he's just bundled into touch. Great defense from the Barons. And after watching yesterday's games, I did not expect the Barons to come out firing like they did today, and credit to them and their squad. And we know Mark Hanrahan has worked really hard with these guys. If they get 3rd place, it'll be a fantastic win. The University of North Florida, as we said, is a really good program with a lot of good players.
Yeah, absolutely. I think these players, they work all season long for this one shot at the title. You know, although it's a 3rd and 4th playoff game, doesn't matter for these Oaks. That it means a lot to them, you know, just to be in this position to play for these medals. So yeah, it would be great to see them win.
That's right, and the game was broadcast on television yesterday, so they'll be watching that either on Fox Soccer Plus, perhaps, Root TV, and local channels. And now we're streaming it online as well. So great exposure for these young players coming through. We hope a lot of them stick with the game. And penalty offside over here at the ruck. And it's going to be the Barons' ball on the halfway line. About 4 minutes. They want to slow this down. They have a man in the bin, their captain, David Cup. So Brazy will take his time. He'll kick for touch, where they'll have the line out in the 22. That's a nice kick. And as you said, statistics didn't work out in this yellow sin-binning offence, and the Barons now on the attack.
Absolutely, fair play to the Barons. You know, they're 1 man down, and they managed to secure the ball off the kickoff. They rumbled it up. They put a lot of pressure on North Florida and eventually made a mistake, and now they've got the penalty. They kicked it down. They're on the 22 with their ball, so they're definitely on the front foot.
And let's see what they do with the line out here. The ball is not secure, and it's been won by UNF as they perhaps look to run out here their own end zone. Solid tackle there as they set it up. That was the flanker, Alex Erbel, with the ball. The forwards perhaps a little isolated there as they try to rumble it up. Blake Hector trying to help out his teammates there. And they better not lose this ball in their 22. They need to keep it tight to the forwards. And number 1, Taylor Youngling's rumming it up there. It's a great scrummager. And here it goes. They've got numbers here. Horowitz has the ball. A couple players out to his right. And the centre running very strongly there. Taylor Alley, he's been a handful all day. Still going. just over the halfway line as they set up a ruck. UNF. Barons that have to backpedal right now. Oh, it's number 6 flanker steaming it up. Blake Rector again involved. Horowitz marshalling his troops with the inside ball. Oh, little fake dummy Horowitz himself. There he goes. Oh, the beautiful pass to Ali. He's centre. He gets tackled, but he's perhaps isolated. Player on his knees playing the ball. We're not allowed to do that. And the referee's going to have a word.
Horowitz.
And Horowitz with a beautiful gap. And it is a yellow card again. Wow, yellow in the danger zone. He's on his knees and not allowed to play that. And that's the left wing for Franciscan, Tim Knob. He takes a yellow, and now to 13 men.
It's all getting excited right now. I mean, unfortunately, it's another yellow card. Once again, they were under pressure, and, you know, it's a silly error, silly mistake to give it away. You know you're not allowed to play the ball when you're on your knees, so it just boils down to discipline when you're under pressure. And obviously, North Florida has got an opportunity here to put points on the board.
And you're right, and here they go. Down to 13 men. You'd think they definitely should score here and put it down to 14-12 as they take it up with their big forward pack. And that's lock number 5, David Murphy. And they've got numbers to the right, plenty of numbers they can move it. Oh, but it's that Rector crashes it in. He could have lost this ball. Oh, and they had so many men to the right, and that's frustrating to watch for UNF. The Barons kick the ball and relieve a bit of pressure. Brazy chases it up. Still got numbers on the right if they can spread this. Oh, and so it's a weird little kick there from Pollard, and the Barons have the ball in attack now. This is a turnover. Conan has it, sets up to Gayhead. The try scorer has done so well in both works. Solid tackle there from Taylor Alley, and he crunches his man there. Barons were the last few minutes in this half. Oh, now their centre runs really well. Sends a wide ball to Archerbeck. He's got all the speed in the world. Tommy Allen is just caught on the touchline there. Allen, the small little scrum half, a fullback, and just bundled into touch. And Barons get away with the ball there. Oh, and I tell you what, Andre, heartbreaking stuff for UNF on attack.
Absolutely, but it looks like they stepped it up. They're 13 men, they're 2 men down, and they're actually almost playing better rugby now with the 13 men on the field than with 15.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Franciscan showing all heart here. UNF had plenty of numbers to the right there when they had the attack and squandered a scoring opportunity. And now the Barons with 13 men, minute remaining. Lineout goes long here. UNF have the ball, and they will definitely want to run this in from this area if they can. And that's the replacement, number 16, Cody Newwiller, getting involved there. Halfback Ben Wellington feeds a nice little clever kick coming through. There's no one right back here. There's only one chaser, though. Tony Gade's back. Oh, and he gets pushed off the ball without the ball. Yep. Referee may be on the spot. Nope. Spotted a small knock on there by the number 13 sensor, Roder Amadon. And a couple seconds remaining.
Yeah, once again, unfortunately, the skill level will let us down there. I mean, he was under pressure to pick that ball up. All he should have done is just put it on the boot, just kick it ahead instead of trying picking it up. And he would have had a foot race to the try line, and he would probably have won it because his man defending him was on the floor.
And it's very unusual. We see 13 players on the field, and still your team is maintaining and actually scored 7 points with a man in the bin. So Franciscan, I wonder if this will weigh on them and perhaps tire them for the last second half, the last 20 minutes. We'll have to see. So scrum to the Barons. This could be the last bit of play here. There was one injury earlier to the Meatball who had to leave the field. And Franciscan has the ball. Brazy will put it to the boot. Wants to play in UNF territory. That's a beautifully weighted kick. Absolutely magnificent placement there from the fly half.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You're 13 men down, or 2 men down. You've got 30 men on the field. All you have to do is to put it on the boot, turn the other team around, put them under pressure. That's how you want to play when you're 2 men down.
And that's right. And so we had half-time here of the third and fourth playoff match. We have Franciscan Barons leading 14-5 over the University of North Florida in this third and fourth playoff ENSCO challenge. And, yeah, very interesting game, I tell you what. Second half, 13 players on the field. That could be very telling.
No, definitely, but I think Franciscan is definitely in the lead at the moment in terms of ball carries, stats, tackles made. You know, just territory-wise, they are the team that's playing the rugby at the moment, and they're putting North Florida under a huge amount of pressure. And but yeah, it's still a good game. It can go any way. I mean, it's only a 1-try difference, I think. So it's still a ball game.
It's definitely a ball game indeed. So 14 points to 5 is the score here. And as we take a break, the players just getting some refreshments, and coaches talking to their players. Obviously, we got Franciscan coach Mark Hanrahan speaking to his players. And the Barons, I mean, as we said, I mean, that's fantastic. With 13 players, they managed to control ball, a little bit more patient play by them.
Absolutely, and I mean, it just shows you sometimes when you're under pressure, it brings out the best in you, or it can bring out the worst in you. And I think in this case, they 2-man down, it's under pressure, and they really played well. They stepped it up, turnover ball, and it actually looked like they were the guys with 15 men, and the other team with 2-man down. They played well. They played clever rugby, kicked the ball behind the guys, turned them around, and that's all time wasting.
Yeah, and there's some talented players in the back line as well. Hard-running centres, Archibek in the midfield, and then, of course, the fly-off, Brazy. I mean, he's led things, he's dominated. Yesterday he played centre, today he's in fly-off.
Oh, absolutely. What do you expect? He's a centre. No, absolutely great. I mean, his option is good. I would just like him to see run onto the ball a little bit more. Right. He's a little bit static at fly-off position at the moment. But other than that, his ball control is good, everything. He puts his line away. The centres are running nice and hard. Just look at those 50-50s. Don't throw them around. It's a tight game. Rather keep the ball, get the other players in the game instead of forcing the pass.
And the opposition, obviously, University of North Florida, they had a cliffhanger game yesterday. I tell you what, Cal Maritime brought it to them in the second half. It was all forward stuff and energy-sapping stuff. So perhaps they're a little bit tired after yesterday's clash.
Absolutely, as like we said earlier, the guys, they're not as fresh as that they would have liked to be, but they've got a 28-man squad, so they've got the resources to pull from. But yeah, I mean, they don't look too tired. I mean, that they just step it up. It's just silly errors that's keeping them out of the game. If they could just minimize those errors, the handling errors and the penalties, then they can get themselves straight back into this game.
And we spoke about the ENSCO division here, Division 3 small colleges. It's really a fantastic program that was established a few years ago, giving all these players a chance to compete against each other and on television as well,
Absolutely. It's like I always say, I think rugby in America is a sleeping giant. It's tournaments like these and stuff that the USA Rugby is putting together to help the players, to be seen, to be televised, and it's just to get that exposure. And then, like I said, once again, I just hope these players, they go on and keep on playing rugby once they've left university, because that's where the proof is going to be if they can keep on playing.
Right, we mentioned that. And a lot of the players have come from other sports. We have a couple of wrestlers, a lot of football players. Of course, as we know, the difference in rugby and football at the end is if you don't get a professional contract in football, you're a young athlete and you have nothing to do.
Absolutely. I mean, that's, once again, I'm repeating myself, and that's about the sleeping giant, and that's what I like about America. You've got all these great athletes that are football players. They don't make it. What do you do with that great athlete? Yeah. Why can't we take them, convince them to come and play rugby, tweak them a little bit, change their mindset about the sport, and at the end of the day, it's a very similar sport. I mean, in actual fact, as you all know, football started from rugby.
Yes, that's right.
So just convince them to come back to the grassroots.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And so here we are at Infinity Park in Glendale, Colorado. Beautiful day. And Andre, a former Springbok centre, Andre Snyman with us. And it's a pleasure having you here.
No, Paki, thank you very much. It's an absolute pleasure to be here.
Fantastic. We're going to take a 2-minute break, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be right back. Stay with us. Thank you so much.
Oh, just want to go see if the kids are fine. I'll be back now. Yep.
Change tapes, that's why. Wrap. Hey.